What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for MicroStrategy Incorporated with the ticker symbol MSTR. I will first be going over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So let's look at the daily chart for MicroStrategy. Like I said before, it's just consolidating. Volatility has dried up as of right now for the past couple of days, and we are in a converging range where we are seeing a upward sloping trend line and a downward sloping trend line at the same time. So who knows which one's going to win out? Most likely it's going to break out with the prevailing trend, which is up, because that is the macro uptrend. That's the macro picture as of right now. So again, we're not going to probably see any volatility until probably that earnings report. Again, it's just I'm guessing, right? Is it February 5th after market close? We're going to see some more volatility develop. So probably early February to mid-February, that's when we'll probably see the volatility pick up. Just don't see it happening anytime soon. It can happen sooner, it can happen later, but it just doesn't look likely, especially with Bitcoin trying to break out of the $105,000 resistance level. It's trying to do that. It's been failing multiple times. Eventually it will, but until then, I mean, this is just going to be kind of quiet. So it's kind of boring right now, kind of quiet. This is still a very good price long term, in my opinion, for this Bitcoin cycle, regardless if it goes up or down, if it goes even lower from here. But I still think, my opinion, that this is still a good price. Overall, like I said before, it's just wait and see what it wants to do. I have to see a break of these trend lines to see some sort of movement take place. If not, we can just say, hey, price is going to go up, and then it starts going down, and then it starts going up. So like we have to just wait and see what it wants to do. Does it want to break down lower? Does it want to break down higher? I don't want to make those type of assumptions as right now until we see a clear, definite break of these trend lines. So that's what I want to cover technically. The prior analysis, all of my prior analysis still stands of my long-term price targets of about 1,500 to 1,600 and then maybe 4,000. Again, that does not include stock splits. Think of it in terms of market capitalization. If price does get to those levels, that multiplier levels. I just want to answer some questions. The first question someone left was, I just want to know what is driving up the stock price. Can borrowing money to buy Bitcoin really bring profits? And the answer is yes. Why? Because you're shorting the dollar, which is guaranteed to fail. If you guys don't know what we actually use, which is fiat currency, we don't actually even use money in the system. What does fiat mean? If you look it up, it means by decree, meaning that someone said you have to use this money and nothing else. So you can't pay your taxes in Bitcoin. You can't pay. I don't think you can pay gold. I don't think you can pay your taxes in gold, even though it does have a face value. Maybe you could use the face value to pay for it. But again, it's fiat. It's by decree. You have to use the U.S. dollar. So we don't even use actual money. You need to watch all these videos right here. I remember watching all these videos a long time ago. Mike Maloney is a great teacher on what money is. And he even owns crypto. So he's a big gold and silver guy. I used to be a big gold and silver guy, but now it's just Bitcoin. But again, still very great lessons. Look at all these 10 videos. It won't take that much of your time. And it's a great history lesson as well. Like you'll see that, the Romans used to go through the same thing as us. Other, civilizations used to go through the same stuff as us, right? A empire being built, and then they start getting greedy. They have to fund their war efforts. They start devaluing their currency. It just goes on, and then people just start holding the more valuable currency. They don't spend it. It's just the same thing that keep on repeating, right? History rhymes, as the saying goes. So again, we're seeing the same thing in this American empire, and then in the future, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, how did that American empire collapse?" Well, again, we know already, because obviously it started with the money, and that cascades to other problems in society, right? If the money's broken, everything else is broken. If the money is stable, you build your civilization on stable foundation, then it's going to be stable in the long term. Like Bitcoin, it's a very stable thing, even though in terms of US dollars is, fluctuating. It's a very, very, very secure thing, very decentralized, very secure thing. So again, can they obviously go up in terms of, US dollar just because they're buying Bitcoin? Yes, they can, because basically they're leveraging up, going against the system, holding a finite asset that everyone wants or everyone will need eventually. So, I mean, they can just basically do nothing and just hold the Bitcoin, and their stock price should go up in the future or become a more valuable company. Next question was, I think it was about when I said, "Oh, this thing can drag out till May 2025, just sideways trading." Again, that's the least likely situation. If this thing if this thing hangs around sub 400, but by the time it's May, then that's not a good sign. I don't think it will. But I'm saying, what does that mean for Bitcoin? Either Bitcoin shot up and MicroStrategy didn't follow, or Bitcoin is also trading sideways until May, which is not a good sign either. Because in this cycle, it should continue to trend up higher. It shouldn't be just continue to trade sideways. So I'm not expecting it to get to May. It honestly should sometime February. We should probably see a breakout, higher or lower. We shouldn't be seeing sideways trading develop. So again, I don't think this is going to take forever to play out. I think this year we'll probably see a top for this stock, just like for Bitcoin. That's just how it works. That's how the market works. People want to take profit. Short sellers want to drop. They want to get in the top of the bear market. They want to time the top. So that's just how the market works. So I don't think this will last until May, this sideways trading. I don't think we're going to see sub 400 by the time we're May. I mean, again, I could be wrong, but what are the chances? It just doesn't seem likely that, let's just say we extrapolate this out, right? Are we going to do something like this, until May? I mean, that's a lot of sideways trading. And let's just say we do see more volatility, something like that, until May. I mean, I don't think that's going to occur. I don't see that happening. I think when a trend becomes more mature and mature, especially the stage that MicroStrategy is at, the pullbacks become shorter in duration, because it's getting more and more stronger exponentially, right? So you have an exponential trend, it's going to go for a blow off top. Well, the pullbacks are going to be not as long as they once were at the beginning of the trend. So overall, I'm not expecting this to continue trading sideways until May, especially staying below the $400 level. It should exceed this prior high. Again, I can't, I don't like giving time targets because, as you can see here, it can ruin them. But if I were to say, I would say probably by late March, we should be already above that, exceeding it way above that. Same thing for Bitcoin. Obviously, it should be 120, 130,000 next month. But again, sometimes it takes longer than you expect. Overall, price is just in a converging pattern. You can see how this one was more of a sideways converging pattern, or a trading range. This is more of a sideways trading range right over here. And now this is a more of a converging range pattern. So again, trend still looks pretty strong. And the last chart that's very good to look at as well is the log scale. That way you can see the price going back to 2020. In this case, regular chart, you barely see that. It looks like you can't even see this price action right over here. It looks like just a flat line. It looks just like it doesn't even exist. So that's when you use the log scale, and you actually can utilize that price action. You can see the swings and stuff. So that's when the log scale comes in handy. So overall, again, like I said before, looking for the $1,500 target. Still a nice uptrend in play. And you can see here, price is getting steeper and steeper. You can see that this one is getting steeper as well. So we don't have to come to this trend line completely. We can start another trend line that's steeper. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, we stop right about here sometime in February. So we could become, it could be a steeper uptrend, right? And quicker to get to its price target. So it doesn't have to play until May. So overall, still looking pretty good for MicroStrategy. Basically, I'm pretty sure tomorrow is also going to be kind of dead. So I'll still give you guys analysis, or if you guys want any questions answered, I'll try my best. And again, we can just do a fun experiment. Let's see how much Bitcoin MicroStrategy can hold by the year end. So my prediction would be, let's see, they're right now they're about 470,000, something like that, about 470,000. I would say about 600,000. I think they'll get 600,000 by the end of the year. Drop you guys' predictions down below. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.